Hello, great people. Welcome back to Global Happenings today. One of the chairmen in FCT, unfortunately, may not have the opportunity to be re-elected into office again because of the statement he made in front of the FCT minister, Barrister Wike. Don't forget that Wike does not tolerate any form of ill performance, and you can't make any statement in front of him, especially if he's your boss. But however, I want you to listen to the video and hear the perspective of Nigerians, because I thought most people will be talking about this issue. But it seems as if Nigerians have forgotten about what trespassed between the chairman and Wike. Instead, they are picking a particular statement that Wike made to emphasize on it. And we're going to pick that particular place and talk about it in a jiffy. Let's watch the video back.
I was in Mabuchi recently. Sir, you will not believe this. That most of our police division have no vehicles at all. They have written severally to my office and said, I do not have the capacity to buy vehicles for you. But thank God our minister is here. And he has been doing it, and by the grace of God, he will do more.
I find it very disturbing that a chairman of a council will appear in the public and say he has no capacity to give vehicle to security agencies. I find it very embarrassing. And then you answer the chief security of your local government. To be a city chairman, but every time you go and collect revenue, where is the money going to? It's very, very embarrassing to hear you say you cannot buy a police station, one vehicle. Security for all of us. You have a role to play as the chairman of the council. I was chairman of council. I built police stations. I bought vehicles for them. I provided water for them. You are not only, in fact, security is the key. So if you have no capacity, then what are you doing there? Thank God you have told us you have no capacity. We will see what will happen next time election. You are the one who says so, I'm not the one who says so. And luckily, this is a live coverage, so you can't deny what you said.
Wow, that's Wike for you. But interestingly, Nigerians are talking about the last word he said. But apart from looking at the last word he said, let's look at some persons whom Wike had already vowed that in FCT they won't have an opportunity, though he didn't come out playing. But he says, let us see when it's time for re-election. Number one was Ireti Kingibe, who is the current senator representing FCT. Now the chairman. Do you think he has the ability to, stop these guys from winning their election, or it's just a way of sending trade down their spine or something?
The truth of the matter is Wike is known for Doknadu. If he said, let us wait and see, there's something he actually is relying on. When Wike said that he brought in Fubara, he knew what he meant by he brought in Fubara. And even Fubara, the governor of Rivers State, cannot deny that, Wike did quite a lot. Yes, some people will say, but Wike is only one vote. That one vote is a very powerful one vote. Rivers people can testify to that. But the truth is, some FCT residents will tell you, FCT no be Rivers. Mm-hmm. FCT no even be Obo. Where you begin to say Toknado. But if they allow him, he has capacity to do the undo. But then it's also left for them to do their homework. If Senator Kingibe Ireti does her job well, why wouldn't she get a re-election? But, this is politics. Everything in Nigeria is possible.
Okay, but now just analyze about this particular statement he had made towards this local government chairman. Do you think that Wike is right this time around, considering the fact that these guys have been given allocation as every other person? And we've seen in other states of the federation, especially, let's take example from Rivers State, we see local government chairmen giving out the cars to security agencies, though we know know that they have a bigger, allocation than some of these little LGAs in FCT. But then, don't you think that this was a minus for this guy, or do you think that Wike went overboard in his reaction?
Let's be truthful here. When you have opportunity to say yourself, why would you say that you don't have capacity? Those are wrong words.
Yeah.
There are better ways you would have still said it without sounding as if you lack the wherewithal to be called the council chairman. So why did the people then vote you in? He literally demoted himself, and Wike capitalized on it. But yes, the question is, all this revenue, where is it going to? These are pertinent questions of integrity. Nigerians have gotten used to the level of corruption that they no longer ask questions. But on a fine day, you shouldn't be saying that you don't have capacity. The minister is here to have, except he's saying by default that some of the allocations that accrue to him, the council chairman, it doesn't get to him. It goes only and stops at the Oga at the top. Let's be sincere with ourselves. Not all governors are like Fubara, that works freely and allows the allocations to flow freely. Yeah. Some of them, there's this unwritten agreement. Before I even nominate you, we call it election. Some persons call it selection. Before we select you as chairman, this is the unwritten agreement. We don't need to write it on paper. Have you agreed? If you say yes, fine. The allocation will hit your account, quite all right. But you remit it back. And when that happens, tomorrow you can open your mouth and say, hey, actually, I got the money, but I remitted it back. Is that constitutional? Mm-hmm. So all of that is as if it's a case of, if such situation happens, now a case of, you know what you give to me. Mm-hmm. And you don't expect me from the little you give to me to be able to buy whatever it is. But now you can't open your mouth and say that because it's supposed to be unconstitutional. Mm-hmm. And if you dare to open your mouth to say the unconstitutional, I will disown you. I will not say I did such because there's no proof. And at the end of the day, you still look incompetent before your people. Mm. So it's dicey. Nigeria is known for a lot of things. It is I cannot rule that scenario out. But no matter the situation, that's why he's a politician. You should be able to manage it in such a way that he doesn't appear incompetent before his people. Mm-hmm. And just the something Wike said, I need to point out here. He said, thank God it is made on live coverage. Therefore, you can't deny it in next election. Let's see next election.
Which means that will be an object of object that will be used. That will media this thing. Okay. Now, on that particular word, Nigerians are talking about it, that this were the same thing that we are emphasizing in the case of Martin Amowole and the 27 others, that they were on live television and they confessed that they have decam. Why is it that this other one is going to be held against this guy? And I'm talking about the current live video will be held against it, while the other one is the court is still playing hanky-panky with it.
Well, sometimes, unfortunately, though, it's rather unfortunate. Even some of our top lawyers know that truth, even though we are trying to, pretend as if it's not existing. Our case is a case of do as I say, don't do as I do. Well, for the lawmakers, it's because they are on the side of the organs at the top. If you're on the side of the organ at the top, things can be undone. But in this case, the reason why it's difficult for the lawmakers now to make total U-turn is because there are many persons who truly want Fubara to have his way and his say. And every day Fubara is bringing more people into his camp. And that's why, technically speaking, if you see what is going on, just know that there are some people who are called the political elites. And even if you're a boy to the political elite, there's this coverage you have. Adams Oshomole said it one time, that once you come to APC, your sins are forgiven.
Now, something I don't know if this will be considered a grapevine, but someone came on the comment section and said something very interesting, that the last sitting where the 27 lawmakers had, that's the ex-lawmakers had, that they have started reducing in attendance. This time around, that it was only 17 of them that were there. And it has repeated itself. I don't know how true it is, but do you think that some may begin to secede right now from, because unfortunately the monthly salaries are not coming in?
Who are these people who want to do protest?
Let's tell ourselves the truth. hunger na your
I'm
mate.
just reading on social media.
You
They have
see it
applied
every
to me.
day. Those days, you know, when
To
you're
grant
sitting, you know, you hear things like recess
the
allowance,
Ego Square.
allowances for
They apply to me
lawmakers,
through social
make
media.
Nigerians shrink because
You write
they
a
need
letter to the minister.
take care of them. So you can't be a
I will see
lawmaker.
you.
But that
Who are you?
federal is a
What do you want to
different
do?
level. They
How many
said,
days do you want to
Then
spend?
one allow
How much will you pay?
Then state level, they have their own. You finish doing all this spitting everywhere inside the microphone after spitting, and there's no pure water. No bottle water for you to drink. And you begin
Listen,
to shout, we are going to
listen.
accept, are we
It is
deceiving
not, you
ourselves?
see,
Oh,
when people
allocations
want to
and
do
things, even the
propaganda
local
in everything,
chairman.
I want
Other
them
of
on
our
channel
people here, they are
news.
collecting their money for constituency.
Telling the IG, I've applied.
What have we come here to see?
You don't apply to me
Say,
through channels.
my lordship,
You must apply properly.
and speaker. I after the
You must
honorable
pay
speaker,
what they
you
call
get
security
allowance, you
costs.
get salary.
So if
Such
there's
that
any damage
even during the last
with the
meeting
facility,
they had,
we
they
take
said
that
the
security
ones
costs
said they
and
pity
repair.
them. They had to find something and give to their
You know,
wives.
you don't
Some of
just
the top
because you want to play to the
don't
gallery.
worry, where the
You don't just give people just because you have applied.
legal luminaries
You
don't
fulfill
worry, the court to
the
reinstate them. All of their backlog.
There are people who have failed the election.
For how long
The
will they
only
keep
way they
the
think they can be
charade?
relevant is to
Where
overthrow the
at some point,
government
somebody
into whichever
Somebody
ways.
will have to be paying salary, and if somebody is
I
paying
thank
the
the
salary, at some
youth
point, they say,
that
please,
this
I'm not
place
state
is the
government.
center of unity.
At some point, so
This place
at that
we
level,
cannot afford
17, there's still plenty.
So you
Looking forward to
allow
three.
the capital city.